Hey guys, this is a market update. Everyone's a little bit bearish right now. You can see some negative sentiment taking over, which is literally insane to me because we just printed the all-time high, 106K. We've drawn down 15% from that, which isn't even a drawdown. That's just normal price action. However, the Fed tapped the market on the shoulder this month and said, chill out. Okay, we've done really well this year, but we need to draw markets down a little bit. And I think the reason for that is because next year, they need to refinance trillions of dollars worth of debt. You can see that here. They need to roll this over. Now, you'd be shooting yourself in the foot if you had high interest rates for that, right? They need the lowest possible interest rates. So I think they're drawing markets down a little bit now, hoping to see some worse data. That gives them the cover to then drop rates very quickly next year, refinance the bulk of that debt, and away we go. That is higher asset prices because of that liquidity coming in and low interest rates. That's the next leg of the bull market for me. And that's why I think this bull market isn't over. Short term, yeah, not the best. This is a head and shoulders pattern, which, you know, isn't bullish, right? It's usually a breakdown, but we have a couple of support levels around this 90K level and 85K level. So look, I think the bull market's not over, and I think we can still buy any dips here because this is not the end of the bull market, in my opinion. If you trade, check out Bybit and Apex. Bybit, 30,000 deposit bonus on there. And if you can't trade, you can trade on Apex, which is Bybit's DEX. Awesome. Just connect your wallet and trade. You can get a permanent fee discount. I'll leave the links below in the description. You might see figures of 7 trillion worth of debt getting rolled over next year. If we look at the breakdown here, I mean, this is insane, but this is just the size of the debt these days. It's actually 8.7 trillion. 6.1 is bills that roll over every year. And then treasury note and bond maturities in 25 are 2.6 trillion. This is the size of the debt that needs to get rolled over. If you raise interest rates on yourself, you just make the problem even worse down the road. So what are we doing, right? The Fed controls everything short term. They said, look, market, pull off a little bit because next year we've got to do this thing where we drop interest rates, refinance all this debt. Now that's going to create inflation in assets, which is the rest of the bull market. And then they're going to create so much inflation that it's going to be too high and they're going to have to draw it down again, which is the next bear market. And we go around and round in these circles again and again. This is what the market is pricing in on the right-hand side as interest rates up here. This is Goldman Sachs baseline, and then Goldman Sachs probability weighted average path, much, much lower. Of course, it's going to be lower than what the market is pricing in. So the market isn't pricing in enough rate cuts, right? Inflation is way too high, right? They want to run it high, right? Because they have to debase this debt to GDP. They have to get GDP and inflation higher. You can't cancel the debt. So what they're pricing in now, I think, is too hawkish. When we get there, they need rates as low as possible to refinance, but they don't do it now, right? They're not going to tell everyone now. They're going to try and scare the market, spook the market, get people pricing up here, and then whoosh, it goes next year. Unless they just want to make the problem even worse later on, which they're absolutely in their right to do if they want to do that. That's going to push asset prices and inflation even higher with the amount of stimulus that comes into the market to actually pay off that debt. The rolling 20s, look, we just go higher because the currency is debasing. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you that the vast amount of stock market returns are just because of currency debasement. And once you know that the best trade for that is BTC. As soon as prices fall, even a tiny bit from the all-time highest price they've ever traded at ever in existence, perma bears come out and say, it's all over, market's going to crash, big recession coming. They're kind of right, but also dead wrong. Because what they're not getting is that the whole entire fiat system is a fugazi. Right? Why is your house worth 250,000 clown bucks? Why is it not worth 1 clown buck or 1 billion clown bucks? And you realize the whole entire model of measuring this system is just a nonsense, right? It's a debt-based system that requires inflation, positive GDP, and positive inflation to make sure that previous debt becomes cheaper over time. Otherwise, the system literally collapses in itself. We're pricing everything in that system, which is absurd. People in 50, 100 years can look back and say, you priced your assets in the debt? That is insane. In any case, we don't let this thing collapse, ever. Throughout all of human history, you always debase the currency. For every $1 the government spends, 57 cents is borrowed. There's going to be a recession. Yes, the free market should create abundance and drive prices lower, but we're measuring those prices in the debt, which needs to debase itself with inflation. And so what we do is we create debt from the government side, or we print money from the central bank to make sure that GDP and inflation are positive at all times. Without the government stepping in and creating this amount of debt and stimulating GDP, things would be negative and the whole entire system would collapse. This is Janet Yellen creating huge amounts of bills to buy the election, pump GDP, pump assets. Didn't work. We're going to have to pay it off, which means more currency debasement because you can't cancel the money. You have to grow the GDP side. 37% of GDP in the States is government spending. That is insane. 37%. There's going to be a big recession. Yeah, there will be. If they don't keep creating more money in currency units, there will be a massive repricing of all assets down to what they actually cost. But we're not going to let that happen. It never happens. And this is why Trump is going on about the debt ceiling. They have to increase it. They have to push it out. This is what I'm trading. This is the trade, is to know that actually most returns are currency debasement. So buy the best thing that's going to protect that. I think that's Bitcoin. Zimbabwe stock market, 100%, 300%. It's outperformed Bitcoin, 1,000%. Then you look at the money supply growth, 500%, 700%. Assets price in the debasement of currency. And so that's the trade. Look at the S&P, which is like, the basket that people use. It goes up and up and up. This is what people look at. Measure it for money supply growth. The thing has gone sideways. Assets price in the majority of money supply growth and currency debasement. There is very little in the way of actual productivity, because productivity is when you create abundance and drive prices lower. So why would you make more and more money if your company is driving prices lower through productivity growth, right? It's all about currency debasement. If you want to measure your currencies in the fiat currency, they're going to go up, right? And so that's what we're trading. But we have the asset, we have the solution, which is Bitcoin, I think. And so we're good. If you do trade, Bybit deposit bonus up to 30K down below. And then Apex, you get a fee discount on there as well. I'm James, this is MoneyZG. Happy New Year, and I'll see you in the next one.